Hey guys, how are you? So I had a weird idea the other day, which is making my mixins in Sass kind of composable. And I played with it this morning, and it was actually working really well. And I actually tried it in a little bit of a larger project that I'm working on. It actually works kind of well. So I wanted to show it and just see what people think about this. So I just created this little flex container here and this generic input mixin here. So I have these two mixins that are right now just your normal standard mixins. A lot of the time what I do in projects is I'll say, if there's some sort of reason for these things to be separate, right? So there's this general flex container that you've created, and then a generic input which has to have all the styles of your flex container, but also augment and change them. So sometimes what I do is I might have something like this where I have in my input itself include flex container. So you do that, and there you go. You have all your styles. You're able to completely override them right in here, right? If it gets to the point where you know that this, sometimes it's also the case where you just know flex container is always needed inside your generic input, right? For whatever reason, it just is that way. Flex container. So again, same, the output is going to be identical. There's no changes there. Either way you do it, it's fine. But again, I was thinking about higher order functions, and I was thinking about like, well, how can you make these composable, or can you? And then I realized that you have the at content directive that you can use. So you have the ability to say at content. And that makes things a little bit more interesting. So now, just first of all, real quick, adding that here made no changes to the CSS that's compiled away. So as you see here, just adding that, hitting save, and this being recompiled, zero difference. So just having that there, if you just put it in your code, doesn't do anything. But now, let's get rid of this here. And let's just say over here, I want to go flex container, generic input. Did I have anything in here? Let's just say border. Great. So again, no change. It compiled down correctly, and now I have this extra border in here. But you can see in this code, I don't know, to me this feels really a little bit more readable. I see that they're kind of, these things depend on each other and override each other in an interesting way. And just to show you that if I just did .I over here at include so even without using this at content, right, just not trying to make them composable or composable at all, the display align flex, color border, everything's the same. There's no change to what the compiled output is. I don't know, to me they both look fine, right? I mean, I understand the cascade, so I understand what's going on here. I understand that it's going to take the styles from this one, then it's going to add the styles to this one, and then it's going to drop this in there, which is exactly what I see here. But I think, to me, this one down here now starts to feel a little bit more interesting, and I don't know exactly why, but I like the idea of saying, okay, flex container, and then we're going to augment it by adding into it a generic component, and then we're going to add into that this, these other styles. To me, this just feels a little bit more, I don't know, it's readability wise, I think it's the same. I don't think it changes too much, but this just now feels a little bit nicer for some reason. So I think I'm going to play around with this a little bit more and see how this works, and see if it's what it does in my code base, because it's kind of interesting. It kind of, I feel like another user coming into my code bases would this becomes a little bit more understandable now. So they see how these things are kind of like they work together. Whereas here they may just say, okay, there's a bunch of styles, and then a bunch of styles. And here they're like, oh, wait, these styles, okay, there's these styles are dependent on each other in some way. Like, oh, okay, order is important. These things, these things down here are definitely going to override these things in here. And that's what he wants this to do. Yeah, I don't know. So just it's kind of been interesting to play with this today and to see how it works in my code base, and it's been working kind of nicely. So I think I might keep it and just kind of let it marinate for a little while and see if it becomes something I hate. It's not horrible to go back to this at all. I mean, it really is just a matter of, let's say I hate this completely. I could just do that, that, and then that, and it's done. So it's, we're not talking about a ton of work here to get rid of it, but I don't know. I'm gonna see how it works for a couple days and then and make a decision. But I think I'm gonna try messing around with this. So let me know what you think about it.